So, man, it has been a Monday, but like in a good way. It's been a great Monday. Because if you've been following along for a little bit, you know that today was the first day of my Master Practitioner Training. So if you're new, I'll just give you a quick little rundown. So I got certified back in May, end of April, somewhere around there. It's already fuzzy and it hasn't even been a year. But I got certified as a practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming and EFT and life and success coaching, hypnotherapy, time techniques, all of these things that have really fancy titles that all basically mean that I have the user manual for the subconscious mind, which is super powerful because, I just learned it today. The conscious mind, so when we receive all of this information, this is kind of a side note, I'm kind of going off on a little bit of a tangent, but this was a piece of information I learned today that I thought was so interesting and so key to why what I do is so important. When we receive information, through our sight, sound, smell, touch, all of that stuff, when we receive all of this information, our conscious mind is only able to retain 0.04%. The rest of it gets tucked away into your subconscious mind, which is how limiting beliefs are ingrained or powerful beliefs are ingrained, habits, all of that stuff, memories, feelings, beliefs, all of these things just get stored into our subconscious mind, and often we just forget about them and we don't ever think about them again. So anyway, I'm certified as a practitioner, and today was day one of becoming a master practitioner of all of those things. And so what I'm doing is a 2-week intensive. It's 14 days, all day, on a Zoom with incredible women, and it was an amazing first day. We all have already made breakthroughs. We've shared our big goals with each other and have already helped each other make progress on these goals, and it's just incredible. So anyways, what I have decided to do, because I want to show up and be the best master practitioner I can be so that you can benefit from it, because I wouldn't become a master practitioner just for my own pleasure, for my own benefit, that just would not make any sense for me. I am doing this for you as well. Because I'm excited for how you can benefit from it. And so in order for me to be able to show up as the very best master practitioner there is, I've decided to go live every day of this training. These will just be short little live videos. They're not going to last. I'm going to try to keep them to about 5 minutes and just share one thing each day that I've learned. So that's what I'm doing today. And then I think what I'm going to do at the end of it is I will take all of these videos and I will compile them all into one, and I'll put it like on YouTube or IGTV or somewhere, so that if it's helpful you can come back to it. So today in the training, it was mostly just a review, it was mostly a review from practitioner level to kind of reinforce all of these things that we've been working with as practitioners, with our clients in our daily lives and our regular interactions, just with human beings, whether in person or on the internet. So we just took all of these things that we've learned before and we just kind of reinforced them, remembered them, discussed them, dove deeper into them. It was a really powerful day. And so I just wanted to take just 1 minute of your time to go over one of my very favorite concepts in the whole world. I love it. It's the law of cause and effect, cause versus effect. It is the formula for empowerment. Now I know that empowerment can sometimes be sort of a fluffy word, yeah, we're all empowered, that's nice, that sounds great, but think about what it actually means to be empowered. It means that you are given power, right? You are given power to go create, to go do, to take action on the life you want to create. And that is what I'm here to help you do. So I'm going to give you the formula for empowerment so that you can step into your own power all on your own. And all that is living in cause, not living in effect. And I've talked about this before, but one of the beautiful women who is also taking this certification with me, she gave a really great metaphor that I just loved it. So for those who are new, who haven't heard me talk about this concept before, living in cause simply means taking responsibility for your reality, it's taking responsibility in a nutshell. taking responsibility for your thoughts, for your actions, everything that you can control, taking responsibility for it. Any circumstance you find yourself in, you can take responsibility for it. And that's where I know some people get kind of confused, because you might think, well, okay, so how can I control the pandemic? I couldn't stop that from happening if I tried. Like, it's a global pandemic. I cannot stop that. And I also was not responsible for it, right? No, I wasn't responsible for COVID. However, I am responsible for how I respond to it. This is the metaphor that I really liked. If you're walking in a forest, you're just having a nice little stroll in this beautiful forest. It's full of just all these beautiful, rich green trees. There's beautiful moss all over. Miranda, you can control your attitude and how you react. Exactly, that's exactly it. So imagine that you're walking in this forest. You can smell all these beautiful flowers. You can hear a stream nearby, and you're just walking along. And all of a sudden, a tree just falls down in front of you. Did you make that tree fall down? Do you need to take responsibility for that tree falling down? No, absolutely not. However, you take responsibility moving forward. You take responsibility for how you're going to act with this tree, with this huge tree that's now in front of you. Do you sit and do nothing and hope that this tree will move out of your way on its own? Do you climb over it? Do you go around it? Do you turn back around and head back home? There may not be a right or wrong answer. The point is, you take responsibility. Because you could sit down right there and just start whining and say, well, it's not my fault that this tree fell down. This is really stupid. I wanted to keep moving forward. Like, whose fault is this? I need to figure out whose fault it is that this tree fell down, because they need to pay for this mistake. Is that where you want to spend your energy? Do you want to spend your energy trying to find who to blame for this tree? Or do you accept the fact that this tree has fallen and there's nothing you can do about that fact? There's nothing you can do to change the fact that that tree has fallen down in front of you. And then choose what you want to do moving forward. That is what it means to live in cause, regardless of your circumstances. Because most of the time, we can't control circumstances. Like, I still have yet to discover a circumstance that I can control. Yes, Miranda, not let others influence you negatively. It can be hard. However, it also does not have to be hard. All it takes is practice and awareness. So, it does, yeah. So this first tree falls down. Maybe you have a hard time with it. Maybe you get stuck in that negativity. Maybe your partner who's been hiking with you kind of sucks you into that negativity. But then you just become aware, and that light kicks on. You're like, oh, okay, nope, I don't want to stay in this negativity place. I don't want to stay in this space of trying to find someone to blame this fallen tree on. Instead, I want to make a decision of how I want to handle this moving forward. That's going to make me feel, that's going to help me step into my power and my light, and I can control what I'm doing moving forward. So yes, and it can be challenging to not let others. However, that's where boundaries come into play, and that's a whole other topic. But if there are others in your life who continue to influence you towards the negativity, you stand up for your power. You tell them that you are standing in your power. You tell them that you are making these decisions moving forward, and you don't want to dwell. You just say that you're not going to dwell on trying to place blame on, trying to figure out who made that tree fall. You just set those boundaries. But again, that's a whole other topic for another day. Maybe I'll talk about it later this week. We'll see. But so that is my spiel. That was a hard word to say. I usually really like that word. Anyways, that's what I have for you today. I would really love to challenge you to find one way today that you can live in cause and get out of living in effect. And share it with me. Send me a message and let me know how you are able to live in cause today. And if you need help trying to find a way to live in cause, because if you've been living in effect for years, it can be hard. It can be challenging to see where you can live in cause, where you can take responsibility for your actions and your thoughts moving forward. It can be super challenging. So reach out to me if you need help with that, because I'm really good at helping people with that. and I'd love to help you. So that is all for today, and stay tuned because this is going through October 5th, so I will be going live every day. This one got a little bit long, but I will be trying to keep it to about 5 minutes a day moving forward. Yay, Rachel, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so excited for you to go along with it too. You're amazing and I love you. Let's see. You're doing the practitioner training, so you're excited to watch these each day. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Oh, practitioner training, it's life-changing. It totally changed my life, and I'm so excited to see how Master Practitioner just takes it up to the next level. So many good things. There are so many good things here. So you guys are all amazing. My phone is going to die, so I'm gonna head out. So I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Right. Hello. Oh my gosh. I am coming to you from like the highest vibe ever. Okay, so today was day 2 of Master Practitioner Training. Only day 2. Day 2 out of 14. And my mind has been completely blown wide open. And there has been so much going on inside this brain today and inside my body. And it took me a little bit to figure out what I wanted to talk about today, because if you haven't watched my video from yesterday, for 14 days I will be going live every day that I have this training. So I'm becoming a master practitioner and coach, and it's a 14-day intensive training online, and every day of the training I will be coming here, going live, just a quick little 5-minute video to share one thing with you that I have learned that day. Today, and actually stay until the end of this video, because I'm going to share something that I just decided on like 15-20 minutes ago. It's giving me all of the feelings right now, so stay tuned for that because it's big. So anyways, today we learned about quantum linguistics, which I've been super excited about ever since I learned that was a thing. And so today what I wanted to do is, I know that a lot of people watching, I know that a lot of you experience anxiety, whether it's kind of a minor level of anxiety or whether it's a chronic thing that you're constantly dealing with. Most people deal with anxiety in one way or another, right? So if you are feeling any kind of anxiety in this moment, or fear, you can also replace anxiety with fear. Because they often go hand in hand, or you can replace anxiety with fear or fear with anxiety, whichever one you are feeling most in this moment. If you're not feeling either, you're free to go. You don't have to stick around, but this will be turned into an IGTV, into a YouTube video later on, and then you can come back to it however often you need to help you with these feelings. So what I want you to do, I'm not going to go into what quantum linguistics are, because that would take way more than 5 minutes. However, I'm going to use quantum linguistics to help you with the fact that you might be feeling some anxiety, or the fact that you might be feeling afraid of something, fearful of something. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right on into it. So what I want you to do is get nice and comfy, just kind of sit down, lay down, whatever you want to do, just relax, close your eyes, and take a nice deep breath. And once again, you are right here in this moment because you are feeling anxious. And I'm going to ask you 3 questions. They may not make sense, and that's okay. They don't need to make any sense. You just listen to the question, let it resonate through your body, and just pay attention to what comes up as I ask these questions. So continuing to just breathe regularly, the first question I have for you: what would it feel like if you were not feeling anxious? What would it feel like if you were not feeling anxious? And for the second question, what would happen if you were not feeling not anxious? what would happen if you were not feeling not anxious? And for the last question, what would it look like if you were feeling not anxious? What would it look like if you were feeling not anxious? Go ahead and take another nice deep breath and let it all out, and you can open your eyes whenever you're ready. And I would love for you to share your experience and how that went for you. What feelings came up? What thoughts came up? What visuals did you experience? What was that like for you? Because it's so different for everyone, and it will be different for you every time as well. So again, this will be available as a recording. So I would love for you to come back to this anytime you're feeling that anxiety rising up, and just explore. This is an opportunity to kind of bring in some curiosity and just explore options. So that is my little taste of quantum linguistics for you. It's something that really, there were a lot of incredible shifts that happened on our training today, just from simple questions just like that. So lastly, I just got chills thinking about saying this out loud. I haven't even said this out loud yet to anyone ever. It's just been in my brain. So I'm going to share this out loud. Oh, someone just hopped on live on Facebook and I can't tell who you are. I don't even know if I can see the comments. Hi, if you're on, leave me a comment. I'll see if I can see it. Anyways, so this announcement, you guys, I haven't even told my husband that I'm doing this yet, so this might become as a surprise to him. But I am going to host a retreat, like in person, a live retreat. And it's not just a vacation, it's not just a getaway to relax. There will absolutely be relaxation time. However, what this is a breakthrough retreat. I haven't even given it a name or anything like that. I only have some of the details sort of figured out in my brain. Don't even know where it's going to be, when it's going to be exactly. These are all details that I still have yet to hammer out. One of the things I have in mind is that I'm gonna limit it to 10 people so that it can be a very personal, intimate experience, because what it's going to be is a breakthrough weekend. 3 or 4 days, something around there, of me facilitating massive change in your life. Massive subconscious reprogramming and obliterating limiting beliefs. And thank you. Oh my gosh. Yes, I am so excited. So we'll be helping you create these massive changes and I haven't figured out if I'm going to do it for specific breakthrough, but I think it's just going to be whoever wants to make a level up in your life. If you're wanting to break through a wall that you've had in front of you for however long, or just simply level up in your business, level up in your personal life, in your relationships, in your spirituality, whatever it is that you're wanting to level up in, that is what this retreat is going to do for you. Not only is it going to give you respite from the day-to-day life, it's also going to provide you with a huge shift in your entire being, helping you step further into who you are. So I am so excited for it. If you are interested at all, like I said, I don't know any details, don't know when or where it's going to be happening or anything like that. But if you're at all interested, send me a message so that I can get you on the wait list, so that as soon as I have information, I can send it to you. Because like I said, there's only going to be about 10 spots. So excited for it. Cool. I'm going to leave it at that. You are amazing. Thank you so much for showing up today, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye. Just a second. So today has been one of those days where I was freezing in the morning, so I was wearing a sweater and thick leggings and socks in the morning, and now I've got my sweater all rolled up. I changed into shorts. I would rather just be hot all day for sure. That is me. I prefer the hot weather. Anyways, hello. Thank you for understanding my absence yesterday. Just had some stuff going on and timing did not work out the way that I hoped it would. All good, because I got good stuff I want to share with you today. So again, if you've missed it, I am going live every day of my Master Practitioner Training. As of October 5th, I will be a certified Master Practitioner and Coach, practitioner of NLP, hypnotherapy, all that stuff. Lots of stuff. Anyways, the point is I'm learning some crazy, incredible things and learning how to use them to help you level up your life and release limiting beliefs and all that junk and muck that kind of fogs up our brains so that we can just kind of lift up, elevate into a state of being that feels more true to who we are. So what I want to talk to you today about is something that I actually learned in the practitioner level of my certification, and I love it and I use it and I talk about it quite often with my clients. However, I understand a little bit better now, and so I wanted to come share it with you. It's a super interesting thing. Also, I always look so tired when I'm not wearing eye makeup. I'm good. I got caffeine in me, so I'm good. Anyways, so basically, this is called Massey's Developmental Period, and it's basically about how your subconscious mind develops through the years. And so there are 4 / kind of a bonus one different periods of our life through which our subconscious mind develops. So the first period is from age 0 to 7, or even before age 0, but in this life, age 0 to 7. It's called the Imprint Period. And basically, so kids age 0 to 7, and I got 2 of those, so I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, so they are right in here, and I can totally see it. Kids in that age range are basically just a walking subconscious mind. They don't have, so as adults, we have our conscious mind, we have our subconscious mind, and we have this little separating thing here called the critical factor, or the critical faculty. And this little critical faculty is what sort of filters information. It allows us to kind of choose what we want to believe or not believe. And so when kids are through that age 0 to 7, they're just soaking everything in like a little sponge, like adorable little snot-nosed sponges. Okay, they just soak everything in. They don't necessarily have choice as to what they are receiving. It's just a circumstance, it's just information, and everything, they just perceive it to be true because that's what they are given. So that is when we tend to receive a lot of either limiting beliefs or empowering beliefs, and it's always a mixture of both. And this does not give us permission to blame our parents for anything. It does not give us permission to outsource our internal work simply because we gained limiting beliefs in the early years of our life. All it means, it's just information. We know this is how the brain works, and it's what sort of just builds up the foundation of who we are, our values, our beliefs, our identities, all of that stuff, okay? So then we move on to the second period, which is the modeling period, and that's from age 7 to 14. And during that time, kids, so older kids, preteens, new teenagers, they're looking for role models. So they are looking to their teachers, to celebrities, to parents, other adults who have great influence in their life, who they admire and want to be like. And this is when, they're kind of starting to build up that critical faculty that I was talking about. They start kind of building that up a little bit, practicing using it. And, as they're watching these role models, they may start kind of trying on some of the traits and habits that they see in those that they admire. They kind of try them on, see how it feels, see if they like it, and then that's when they kind of decide whether they want to keep it or not. So that's kind of how they practice using that critical faculty as it starts to sort of develop. So if you have any, I don't have any kids in that age range yet, but if you do, I'm sure you've seen that. You've seen them kind of copying, like a teacher that they really admire, or maybe there's a basketball player that they really like and would like to be like someday, and they start trying to imitate them a little bit, and it's something that I think is really a good thing to be encouraged to explore different options and different possibilities. Like, oh yeah, that's really cool. How did you feel about, it's a good way to kind of get some rapport, some conversation and back and forth about what it's like to grow and learn and explore. This is really going to help them shape and develop who they are, who they want to be, and to be in that growth mindset as they decide what feels good, what doesn't, what resonates, what doesn't, and understanding that that can change. And then the next section is the socialization period. So that's from ages 14 to 21. So these are in chunks of 7 years, right? So that socialization period, teenager to young adult, this is when they're generally super influenced by their peers, so they're their best friends or classmates or roommates, and especially influenced by people who resonate with you. So if you're in this age range or have kids who are in this age range, they're going to kind of, connect more with people who they resonate with, who they have things in common with, who have common beliefs, values, interests, hobbies. And again, it's kind of like with that role modeling, they will start to be influenced by their activities, by their habits, by their thoughts, values, all of that stuff. And they may start trying some of that on as well, and which is why I believe that in that 7 to 14 age range, it's really important to impress on them the importance of trying new things and deciding, making conscious decisions whether or not it feels right and resonates with them personally, so that as they get older and things might get more complex, they can understand that that still applies. With their peers, they might understand, oh, everyone is doing this thing, maybe I want to try it out and see if it works for me, and if it doesn't, I'm okay with saying that and recognizing that that's not the right choice for me. Yeah, that's pretty much, it's just kind of a higher level role modeling, in a sense that's more intimate and complex. And then from ages 21 to 35, is that 7 years? That's not 7 years. I don't do math, you guys. My phone does math, or my husband does math. Anyways, from ages 21 to 35, that is the business persona. And that is when, so if you're in this age range, oh my gosh, it makes me so happy to see all of you on here. Thank you so much for hopping on. So if you're in this age range, you're in the business persona. I know that probably most of you watching this are in that age range. So we are in the business persona age. And that means that we start adopting our values and our beliefs and identity from our careers. And for a lot of you watching this, your career is motherhood. I know that a lot of people who message me, who follow me, who, interact with my posts and everything are stay-at-home moms, or perhaps even a mom with a career, which adds another layer, right? And just another, there are two careers. Motherhood is a career, and then if you have a job, whether in the home or out of the home, that's another career. So we start to adopt our values and our identities with, yay, Maria, I know, I'm so glad you caught me live. It always makes me so happy when you hop on. So if you've ever heard yourself saying, well, I'm a mom, or I'm an accountant, or, we identify with these things. We identify our values. We identify with and we connect our values according to what our career is. And it's another way that we can kind of decide, if we're living very consciously, we can decide what makes sense for us and what doesn't. So and this is where a lot of women, especially I know, have sort of an identity crisis of sorts, especially as stay-at-home moms. You start to question, like, well, who am I outside of being a mom? I don't even know who I am other than a mom. It's a very common challenge. And so that's when it's beautiful to be able to look at the motherhood aspect of yourself and recognizing, oh yes, this piece is me, and all of these things align with my values. And these aspects of motherhood in general don't align with my values. So I am not those parts of motherhood, but I am these parts of motherhood. Hi, Udi. Yay, I'm so glad you're on. So living consciously is going to really help clarify a lot of identity work and clarify what your values are, which really makes it easier to handle challenges moving forward when you can identify those values. And I will almost definitely be talking more about values tomorrow. I need to wrap up here because I'm about 5 minutes over what I was planning. I've gone twice as long as I planned to be on here. And then what we talked about today, this wasn't in our book, this was kind of a bonus that we discussed and came to a conclusion on, because once you turn 35 or older, you know, that's when you reach a state of independence. That's when you are able to just choose what you want. This is when most people tend to have an identity crisis of sorts, right? Different than the identity crisis from the age of 21 to 35 that a lot of moms experience, right? But this is like the big picture, like, who am I? I've gained all these things from age 0 to 35, all of these values, all of these beliefs, all of these identities, and now I get to just pick through. And you don't have to wait till 35 to do this work either. But oftentimes, like, if you're just kind of living on autopilot a little bit, around the age of 35 is when this work can kind of just naturally rise to the top. The sooner you work on it, the better, the easier it should be, and the more consciously and intentionally you can live moving forward. However, so if you reach that age of 35 and you haven't done this work yet, that's a great time to start to let that kick start and start recognizing, okay, these are all the things that are rising up to the surface right now, and I'm going to pick and choose. This I like, I'm going to integrate that as who I am. This, I don't think I like this anymore. Maybe it served me at one point, but we're just going to toss it. Obviously, there's more involved to it than that, but that is the basic understanding of how the subconscious mind developmental process works. I feel like I said a lot of words in those 12 minutes now, but this is just such an amazing, the subconscious mind, it is so simple, so complex, and so powerful. It runs everything. It runs our lives. Our subconscious mind runs our lives. That is where everything is stored, and I am just so honored and blessed to be able to be learning so much about it, both with my previous certification as well as this master certification that I'm layering on top of it. And I'm just so happy to be able to share all this with you. So if you have any questions about any of this, send me a DM and I would be happy to take this conversation further with you, because obviously I super love this stuff. So definitely reach out to me if you would like to talk more about this. And also, if you hopped on live with me on Tuesday or caught the replay, you know that I'm going to start hosting retreats. Still don't have a whole lot of details. I do have more details than I did on Tuesday, but I'm not going to share them publicly quite yet. If you send me a DM asking nicely, I might share the details with you there. I might, or I might just create an application and share the information there. I haven't quite decided yet. So if you are chomping at the bit to know kind of pick my brain and find out the details, shoot me a message and I would be happy to let you know. I will say two things. No, I'll say three things. One of them I actually already said. So first of all, the thing that I already said before, I'm only going to be accepting 10 people for the retreat. Probably women, 10 women who want to level up their lives, get over some mindset blocks. Probably this retreat is going to be for you if you know that you can do more, you can accomplish more, and you want more, whether that's more money or more out of your relationships, or to simply be free from, fears or anxieties or depression. If you just want to level up, but you're holding yourself back, you're going to be a perfect candidate for this retreat. So I'm only accepting 10 people because I want to keep it nice and intimate so that I can give the attention to my people that they deserve. And let's see, thing number 2, it will almost definitely be happening during my husband's spring break, so like March-ish probably. And then this is may not happen. Because again, I've only known for 2 days now that I'm going to do this, and it'll be a ways out. Still got a lot of planning to do, but it will most likely happen in Sundance, Utah. Most likely. Don't quote me on that, but probably. That's kind of what I'm hoping to make happen. So we'll see. Anyways, it's going to be absolutely transformative. And also, actually, last little bonus, and then I'm going to get off. If you love the idea of having this breakthrough and leveling up and overcoming whatever has been holding you back, for however many years now, but you're not so sure that you want to attend an actual, a full 3-4 day retreat, I'm also going to be offering them online, just one-on-one, you and me, online, for a whole day. I will help you work through all the muck, clear away all the muck, and leave you shining and whole and absolutely elevated and ready to take on whatever it is you want to take on. So that will be available as of October 5th/6th. And I'm only going to take like max for a month. I don't even know if I'll do 4 a month. Probably more like 2 people a month for these kinds of sessions. So super, super limited. So if that is something that you would be interested in, definitely reach out to me. If you want to be the first one, that would be so much fun. Well, you won't be my first one because I will have already done one by the time I do it for my first actual client. So anyways, I'm rambling now, which means it's time for me to be done, but I love you. You're amazing, and I hope you have just the best Thursday ever. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. About what we're talking about today. Hello. Happy Friday. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I am super tired. Today was day 5. I just finished up with day 5 of my Master Practitioner Training. Day 5 out of 14. And we do a lot of deep inner work every day. And we experience everyone else doing deep inner work every day. And we're all, there's such an ebb and flow of energy within this training. And it's incredible and beautiful. And I love it. And it is also pretty draining. So I'm pretty tired, but I am so excited to talk to you about this today. I'm just gonna keep this, I say this every time, but I'm gonna keep this super brief today. So today, I just wanna talk to you about values. So personal values is something that I have at the very end of my 12-week one-on-one coaching program. It's one of my favorite things that I always look forward to for my clients, and it's just really cool. However, excuse me, I just had my mind blown wide freaking open. Like, there is so much that I get to explore now, both on a personal level and on a coaching level, like with my clients one-on-one. There is so much. Oh my gosh, this just like blows open an entire world of possibilities of options, opportunities to, clear out muck. And okay, anyways, so moral of the story, I'm very excited about this. So we all have values that drive us, right? One person might really value peace, another might really value freedom, or if you Google it, you can find tons of different like tests or strategies for discovering what your values are, right? And they're all great. There's amazing ways to discover your values. However, discovering just core personal values, that's super broad. And that's what I used to always do. I just used to help people uncover their core personal values. But now I know, and it's such a kind of like a duh thing, like, oh yeah, of course, that makes sense. But we all have a set of values around each topic in our lives. So you have values regarding your relationships, and even specific relationships. Like you might have values surrounding marriage, values surrounding parenting, values surrounding friendship, right? You have a set of values for each one of these topics in your life, areas of your life. Or, you have values surrounding your health or your fitness. You have values regarding nutrition. You have values regarding your spirituality, values regarding money. That's what I dove into today, were my values regarding money. And boy, did it shine up a big old mirror in front of my face that I was not expecting. So what I learned how to do today is how to elicit those values. So we pick one area of your life, one topic, and man, I don't even do much. I just ask you these questions and all this stuff just comes up that you don't even expect. Some of it you do expect, but there's also stuff that comes up that you're like, didn't know that was in there. That's really interesting. And so we list out all of these values surrounding this one specific area of your life. So we get really specific and really dialed into what is driving you. Because what a value is, I haven't even told you what a value is exactly, because we all talk about our values and everything, right? But a value is basically, it's like a belief, but even deeper. It's what drives us. It is like the strongest filter that you have in your subconscious brain. It is what filters through what you view as truth, or it helps you judge other people's actions, or judge just the information that you see coming in, or hear, or taste, or feel, all of that stuff. Yeah, so values are a huge driving force in our lives. So once we discover what these values are, then we get to, then we can not categorize, rank them to help you discover what order the order of importance of these values. And again, I know all the right, the way that we do this is so beautiful as well. So we rank them. And then once we rank them, then, each step is like a whole different level of mind blowing. So once we rank them, these really specific values, then we get really underneath kind of the why. Why is this important? And like that even just saying that out loud sounds so surface level, but we get into this really nitty gritty behind, like with the motivation behind these values and the driving force behind these values. And once we do that, then the work begins. Oh man. I was going to give you an example for mine, but I think that would take way too long to explain. So suffice it to say, something that you think is a really positive value that's really helpful might actually be a hindrance. And not even necessarily a hindrance, but it might have a different energy behind it than you would expect. I know it sounds really vague and cryptic, but it would take way too long for me to go through and explain it all. But once you have discovered kind of the motivating factor and the driving force behind these values, then you can really see that's what really shines the light on where you may be stuck, on where you may be really struggling or holding yourself back or have, limiting beliefs or negative programming, mindset blocks, any of that stuff. It just really it's just a way to really dig down into what is driving you. And it is absolutely mind-blowing and beautiful. And I cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait to start using this with you guys. And so who's next? Who is my next client who wants me to elicit values? Because this is going to be one of my very favorite go-to strategies for growth, because once you have that driving force underneath, because this is what's underlying everything that your life has been built upon. And if your life isn't looking like the way that you want it to quite yet, these values, let's do some tweaking and let's go do the work. Let's do the work. Are you ready to do the work? Because if the answer is yes, I want you to send me a message and tell me that you're all in, you're ready to do the work, and we'll get you started. I've got a number of different options. We can go through the different options and figure out what option is best for you. Because dude, and by the way, dude is a gender neutral term. I just want you to know that. Let's do this. So freaking excited. All right. Okay. That is all for today. I will be back at you tomorrow with what I'm learning tomorrow. And my mind is just going to continue to be blown. So prepare for yours to be the same, because I'm bringing it all. I'm bringing it all. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay. I just have a really important question that I want to ask you. And as I ask it, I want you to really immerse yourself in this question, really explore the opportunity behind it, and really just kind of feel what it would feel like as you think about this, okay? What would happen if you could easily and effortlessly manage your emotional health in a way that just makes sense? And what would happen if you could just be totally immersed in and thoroughly enjoy this human experience through the lens of curiosity versus self-criticism, self-judgment? And the last question I have for you is, what would your life be like when you finally burst through those walls that have been holding you back from that dream experience, that dream life that you've been craving? Feels pretty good, doesn't it? So you will get to experience and receive all of that and anything else that you've been craving when you book your Elevate Breakthrough experience with me. This breakthrough experience, it's an incredible VIP experience where you get to have my full attention as your master coach and practitioner for a full day. A full day! I will not be distracted by kids. You won't be distracted by your husband. You and me one-on-one for an entire day. I'll send you this really beautiful custom package that you and I will decide together what you will be receiving. Hand-picked items to assist you in your breakthrough, whether that's crystals or sage or a journal or a candle or whatever we can create to help elevate your experience to create your breakthroughs. Through powerful conversation, we will dig deep into your juicy subconscious mind and wring out just anything and everything that has been keeping you stuck, whether that's involving your career, your relationships, your finances, your spirituality. The sky's the limit. I know that's such a cliche, cheesy saying, but literally the sky is the limit. You have one-on-one access to my crazy deep arsenal of tools, techniques, resources, and anything that we can imagine that is going to allow you to just uproot whatever is no longer serving you so you can finally just let it go. I have guided clients to break through and release limiting beliefs such as fear of success, fear of failure, that standing up for herself was dangerous, being unworthy of self-love, that having a certain body shape or a size means that they aren't good enough, that having certain mental health diagnoses such as PTSD, depression, anxiety, means that they can never be successful. And they have moved forward, and I've guided them into more empowered states like unconditional self-love, strength and capacity to stand up for herself, peace in the experience of progress, excitement in taking action despite the risk of failure, confidence and efficiency in managing their mental and emotional health. And I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg, babe. Those kinds of shifts, along with infinite others, are available to you right now, this very second. All you have to do to claim them is commit to claiming them. And to do that, all you have to do is shoot me a DM, send me an email. You can email me at megan@elevateempire.co, and I will do everything I can in my power to ensure that that happens for you. So, Instagram, I'm going to say goodbye. If you have any questions, send me a DM, send me an email, and I will answer those for you. Okay, so today was day 8 of Master Practitioner Training, and I mean, that was a ride. It was just a ride. I don't even know how else to explain it except for that it was wild, it was a ride. The cool thing, and this one's gonna be pretty short. Oh, hey, Laura. Just chatting a little bit for 2 seconds because I am Captain Megan. Just so you guys know, I'm Captain Megan now. Anyways, I'll get into that. So the cool thing about this training is that not only am I learning how to be the master coach practitioner, be the master practitioner, be the master of all these techniques and linguistics and just all of that stuff, right? I am learning how to do that, but I have also learned how to receive it. Over this past week, I know, Laura. yeah, mind blow. Total, there's so much happening right here, right now. So the cool thing is I get to experience all of this from a client perspective. I have been able to sit in the client chair and receive. I've had an insane amount of space blown wide open for me and just held for me. I have received so much light and love, and I have been able to do the things that do the work on myself, have the work done on myself that I love to do for you. And it's just so cool to revisit it again in a major way, because I do this work on myself pretty regularly, but to have it done on myself in a major way like this has been next level. And that's exactly my entire intention here, is to help you achieve your next level self, to rise above the things that you have been keeping yourself here on. So a lot of my people, there's a good chance that you watching this right now deal with anxiety on some level, in some way. Just because I know those are the kinds of people that I attract, because I tend to talk very transparently about my anxiety, right? Your anxiety is not a problem, and I want to help you see that that's not who you are, right? And to rise above that, and just know that that's just a little piece of maybe your human experience, right? All of that to say, I have a super simple question for you. What would your life look like, be like, feel like, sound like? What would it be like to achieve that next level self? To just fully embody that life of next level you. What's her name? What color of hair does she have? What kind of clothes does she wear? What activities does she enjoy on a day-to-day basis? What results does she get? What does she feel? What does she experience? And just sit in that for a minute. And just know that that is available to you right now. That is what I just experienced in a major way. I just accepted my next level self. And it was so easy. That is one of the big lessons that I am learning through the course of this training, is that it gets to be easy. It's easy. It does not have to be hard. You don't have to grind to make progress. You don't have to hustle or work hard. It gets to be easy. And I want you to experience that for yourself. So let yourself just first hope. In fact, Laura, who was on here earlier, Laura taught me this. First, just hope. Just hope that that can be possible for you. If that's where you need to start, just start in that hope. And then I can help you carry it on from there. Oh, man. And it's going to be so good. It is so good. Just to close out, I'll just tell you one of the other things that we learned about today. Quantum physics. Seriously? Have you ever looked into the world of quantum physics? Because it is blowing my mind. And it's like, I mentioned this to the ladies on the training with me today. I like woo-woo. I do like some of the woo-woo stuff. I also really like science and facts and all of that, right? And so I really geek out when they kind of like intermingle a little bit. Turns out quantum physics is basically the perfect marriage of those two things. It is magic in real life. Real life. So to tie that in, because of quantum physics, which you don't have to know how quantum physics works for it to work, okay? Just know that it is a thing, and that because of quantum physics, that embodiment that you just felt for, I mean, just a few seconds there, right? All it took was a few seconds for you to feel that. Because of the way that the world works, the universe works, you can accept that next level self and enjoy your experience as your next level self from here moving forward. And if you're having a hard time accepting that and taking that on as your reality, I would love for you to just reach out to me and let me know where you're stuck, because I've got endless resources to help you get out of that stuck state and totally embody that next level self, whether that's a one-on-one session with me, whether that's something that I already offer. So I've got some free options, I've got some paid options, I've got some high level options. So whatever level you are at, I'm going to meet you there. So send me a DM. Let's get you to your next level self, because this feels amazing and I just cannot wait for you to experience it. Okay, that is all for today. You are amazing and beautiful and all the things, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, so just got done with day 9 of Master Practitioner Training. This is how I'm feeling right now. That. I know that was super flattering. Made me look super attractive. I really know that. So you don't even have to say it. I already know. It's cool. It's cool. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk to you about today. because I learned a lot today. Hence all the things, like, I need time to process all of this stuff. And as I was trying to decide what it is that I wanted to share with you today, because there's, again, so much on my heart, so much on my mind, and I'm just embodying so much right now, I just kind of wanted to offer you some space to explore what would happen if you could do that thing that you've wanted to do. So what I want you to do, first of all, I want you to pretend like you can smell my Palo Santo. I just smudged around with it. If you've never, man, I am like brand new to all of this stuff. I smudged some sage the other day. I received some sage in the mail the other day. Don't love the smell of it, but I'm gonna keep trying it. But Palo Santo, dude, obsessed, totally obsessed. So I want you to imagine that you're experiencing all of that lovely, beautiful energy. And I want you to think about whatever it is that you've been wanting, that you have believed that you cannot have, whether you're believing that you can't lose weight, or that you can't have more than enough money, or maybe you have been believing that because you look a certain way, you're not worthy of love. So just think about this thing that you have been chewing on, this thought that keeps running through your brain. Let it rise to the surface. And I want to ask you, and as I ask you these things, just go ahead and reword them in a way that makes sense for whatever it is that's in your brain. I have something in mind that I'm speaking to right now. And if that's you, let me know. Like, if these things totally resonate with you, please let me know, because I would love to know if you are the one that I'm speaking to, because I really feel very called and pulled to speak to someone in particular. I don't even know the name. I don't know who it is. I just feel like there's someone in particular who I'm speaking to right now. And I just want you to take a deep breath, keep this thing in your mind, and I just want to ask you, how is it serving you to believe that? What is the benefit to holding on to that belief? And then on the flip side of that coin, what would happen if you were able to achieve that thing? What would happen if it was easy? And as you have believed that you are not worthy of this beautiful goal, this thing, is that true for everyone? Is everyone unworthy of having this? Because if you are not worthy of having it, then that must be true for everyone, right? No? Yeah, you're right. If everyone else is worthy to have it, doesn't that make you worthy of it? Yeah, it totally does. And I just want you to know that it's okay if you're confused. It's okay if you feel like you don't know how. Because here's a little secret. I'm about to wrap this up, but here's a little secret for you. Everyone is confused. And feeling that you don't know how to do something or you don't know where to start, that's all it is. It's only a feeling. It's only a feeling. And guess what else? If you've been around here for a little while, you already know this. You can choose your feelings. You can choose whether to keep them or to release them. So if you are feeling like you don't know how to do something, decide. Do you want to continue feeling that way? Or do you want to feel like you do know how? Because you do. Consciously, you might not. But, so here's something that I learned, well, not learned because we all know this, but was kind of reminded of the other day as I was reading my book. Happy Pocket Full of Money, which I totally recommend, by the way, I was reminded that we all have the ability to do everything. Anything that you ever would like to accomplish, we have the ability. Think about something you're really good at now. Or something just simple like driving. You are able to drive. You know how to drive, you know how to do it, you've been doing it for years, you know how to drive. When you were 10 years old, did you know how to drive? Unless you lived in farm country like I did and you would ride on your dad's lap and drive the car or on the tractor, whatever. But generally, there was a point in your life when you did not know how to drive. You didn't know how to drive. And yet, you had the ability. You hadn't capitalized on that ability yet. You hadn't unearthed that ability. You were not living in that ability yet. But you already had that ability. Otherwise, you would never have been able to start learning how to drive. It's the same thing with everything else. If you're good at sewing, you always have had that ability to sew. But maybe when you were 5 years old, you weren't using that ability yet. You hadn't let it come out and blossom and flourish yet. And that's the secret. It's a yet. You might say, well, I'm never going. Sorry, I just got a phone call. Thank you for hanging out for a second. You might say that, well, I'm never going to be an accountant because I'm terrible with numbers. I may have said those words before because math was never my favorite. But here's the thing. I have the ability to be an accountant. Absolutely. Heck, I have the ability to be the best accountant in the whole wide world. But I'm not going to be because I am choosing not to tap into that ability. And I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that because that's not a dream that I have. So what is it that you need to tap into? What ability are you waiting to unearth? What are you saying that you don't know how to do? Let that be the first step. The next time you hear yourself say, I don't know, let that trigger you. I don't know. Oh, okay. I do know how. I just have not accessed it yet. What other examples do we have? I have always had the ability to do my makeup. When I was 6 years old, I didn't know how to do makeup. Not at all. Not even a little bit. But I had the ability. I hadn't used it yet. Hadn't used that ability yet. Is this making sense? We have the ability to be everything and anything. All the things. We can be all the things. It's just time to be conscious about what it is that we want to do and stop living in the state of I don't know. Because once again, I don't know. It's just a feeling. That's all it is. It's just a feeling. And you get to decide whether or not that's going to keep you in that place or if you're going to let that be your trigger to start diving into that ability that you haven't accessed yet. And I just would really love to know what it is that you're going to dive into. So comment on this video, send me a message, let me know what it is that you keep saying I don't know to. And if you need some help to unearth that and discover what you do know, I am more than happy to help you do that. So send me a message, leave me a comment, let me know what it is that you're going to start to embrace your ability for. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh, by the way, if you've missed my post, my podcast is live. It is live right now, this very second. You can go listen to it. It is not available on iTunes or Spotify or anything like that yet because I definitely dropped the ball on knowing how long it takes to get those. It's been submitted, but it hasn't been accepted yet or whatever. So it's not there yet, but I do have a link for you to be able to listen to it on my personal podcasting site. So let me know if you would like that link or if you would like the link for when it's available on your favorite podcasting platform, and I will message you as soon as it's available. So, okay, that is all this time. I mean it. I love you. You're amazing. Thank you for showing up for yourself today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, so today is one of my very favorite topics. I'm going to be talking to you about, what I should say is what I'm going to talk about is one of my very favorite techniques, one of my favorite aspects of what I do, what I offer, my favorite service that I do. It's one of them. You'll probably hear me say that a lot, but this is really one of the ones that I probably use the most on myself and with my clients. And today I leveled it up, man. And I knew that this is what was going to be happening, and I was so looking forward to this day for this very reason, to be a master time practitioner. and it's happening, and I'm so excited about it. So today I'm talking to you about time techniques. If you're familiar with the world of coaching and all of this kind of stuff, maybe you've heard of timeline therapy. It's very similar. I like to just call it a different brand, essentially. So time techniques. Oh man. So kind of in a nutshell of what it is, we all have a timeline. Each of us has our own individual timeline, right? We have things that have happened in our past. We have things that are going to happen in our future. And our subconscious mind remembers everything. It stores everything on a timeline. So whether that's, events from the past, maybe even generations back. Dang, spam callers. Okay, we're good. So whether those are memories from the past, or like I said, generational, or from past lives, whatever your beliefs are. Like I believe in a life before this one, and so I have memories from that time. And again, it's all stored within our subconscious mind. And it can also be things that we are planning for in the future. And I'm going to tell you how we can utilize all of that to totally maximize your growth and release limiting beliefs. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So, kind of a quick little overview of how I do this. I take you through a process to help you discover your timeline, which is always fun and exciting. I take you through an adventure on your timeline so you can kind of feel what it's like to move around on your timeline. And then moving forward with you as my client, what I do is as we're going throughout these sessions, as we're working together, we'll notice different things coming up. One of the first things that I like to do is to release the top 5 emotions, top 5 negative emotions. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I actually don't like to call them negative emotions, but that's what it's referred to within my certification, and within the manuals and all the stuff and everything that's referenced to. So sometimes I will call it negative emotions just for the pure sake of what I have learned in my certification. But they're also known as challenging emotions in my world. However, so the top 5 emotions, now I have to see if I can remember them all off the top of my head. There's anger, sadness, fear, guilt, sadness? I think that's right. I'm pretty sure it's those 5. Anyways, so I love to release those 5. And I've had people ask me, I just realized I said I have no idea how many times I've said that. Do I say a lot? If you've ever noticed that, please let me know, because I don't know if I say that a lot all of a sudden. Anyhow, so I've had people ask me about, well, why would I want to release fear? Because fear protects me. It keeps me from doing stupid things like jumping off a bridge, stuff like that. So if I were to release fear, then wouldn't I go be reckless? That's not how it works. And that's why it's so cool. So what it is, okay, trying to keep this concise. So each of these negative emotions that we experience, that we feel, right, come from a collection of memories, a collection of experiences. And so what we do is, if we go back and we release fear, we go through the whole process, we go through the technique, you release that fear. And it doesn't mean that you're never going to be able to feel fear again. Excuse me. All it means is surrounding that particular kind of experience, there will no longer be fear. So think about a time in your life. Think about a particular fear that you have. A month ago, maybe a few weeks ago, I don't even remember how long ago, I did a live video, and it's actually now up as an IGTV, all about the fear of success. And that resonated with a lot of people. And I actually was kind of surprised at how many people commented and messaged me about it, saying, oh my gosh, yes, I totally deal with this without even having realized it before. So thinking about that fear of success, what would your life be like? Just imagine for a second, what would your life be like if that fear could just be eradicated? If we could get to the root of where that fear started. Because the thing is, the beautiful thing about your timeline, so imagine you've got this timeline and you've got all these instances in your past where this fear has kind of built up. There's one at the very beginning. There was that one instance that started it all. There might be some that are bigger later on, but there's one at the very at the beginning of this whole instance. When we go to that very first event and we release it, all the rest of the events just fall off the timeline just like a string of pearls. Easily. You don't even, like, they're just gone. So again, I just want to ask you, what would your life be like? What will your life be like once you've eradicated that fear? What opportunities are now available for you? How much more full and rich is your life as you take action on things that used to scare you? And the beautiful thing too about this, one of my very favorite aspects of it, is that when you release it, you get to keep all the learnings. You get to keep all the things that were surrounding that memory that were keeping you safe. So you still have those learnings. You still have all those things that were keeping you safe. It's just that challenging emotion, that negative emotion doesn't have to be associated to it anymore, and it has served its purpose, and now it, along with all the other fear, all the other instances of that fear, get to be washed away. And it can literally take 5 minutes, and it is so powerful. So that is one of my very favorite things. We can also use it to release limiting decisions. I'm trying to think, I did a big session on myself a couple weeks ago where I released 5 big limiting decisions that I've been battling for a long time. And one of the cool things about this session I did on myself, is that it completely changed my timeline. About halfway through, it started to shift, and then by the end, it had completely changed. My timeline is absolutely different than it used to be when I first started all of this. So here is an example that a lot of you may resonate with. A belief, a decision that I had made when I was 5 years old, apparently. I made the decision when I was 5 years old that I never do enough. And I've held on to that for 25 years now, right? And I released it. It's gone. I used my timeline to go back, gain the learnings that I needed, and release it. And it's a whole process, and it's beautiful and powerful and empowering. And yeah, and then one other thing, and then I'll wrap up. One other thing that we can do with your timeline is take a goal. Say you have a really big, juicy goal that you're really excited about, but maybe a little nervous, scared. Maybe it makes you want to throw up a little bit when you say it out loud. Yeah, I know you have one. We all have one, at least one. So thinking of that goal, what we can do is we can actually take it, and we do all this, we do some work with it, and then we take it and we just stick it in your future timeline. We just put it right there in that date that you want to have accomplished it by, that you will accomplish it by. Isn't that amazing, Mapley? It's just like, it's incredible. And I was learning more about it today, and like, oh, there's another like. Do I say like a lot? Weird. Now I'm going to start noticing that. Anyways, it's so just empowering, and it just puts you in a state of, it's an inevitability, and it excites you to be able to work towards it, and you show up doing the things, because now you're not afraid of potential consequences. You just know, oh, this is my life. I am the person who does this. And man, this is like a super simplified explanation of it. But man, it's amazing. So to close out, I just want to invite you to take advantage of this. I mean, again, this is just one little bit of my arsenal of tools and resources and techniques, and ways to help you level up your life, level up who you are, step into your higher level self, achieve that next level life, and just elevate everything about you, your goals, your life, your wealth, your relationships. All of that can just be lifted up to the next level when we work together. So send me a message. Send me a message right now. I'm going to be ending in about 30 seconds, and I want you to go hit the send button, hop into my DMs, message me, and tell me that you're ready. You're ready to step into that next level, and we'll do it. Okay, that's all for today, friends. I can't believe it's already Thursday, so I will talk to you on Friday tomorrow. I love you. Okay. Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna try really, really hard to keep this to like 5 minutes. We'll see how that goes. Because today I graduated. I freaking graduated, and I'm officially a certified Master Neurolinguistic Programming Practitioner. I still stumble over that. I'm a Master NLP Practitioner, a Master Time Techniques Practitioner, a Master Hypnotherapist, and a Master Life and Success Coach. That is a freaking mouthful. Yeah, so basically, I help you become your next level self. That's what I do. I'm a master at it. And I, like, seriously, guys, I'm, like, freaking good at it. I'm really good at it. So yeah, I graduated today, and it was wild. It was such a wild experience today. Like, we ended hours early today because we're like, well, that's it. We did it. We made it. And this morning what we did was we shared about, so over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I just got a notification that I'm going live. That was weird. I've never gotten a notification that I myself am going live. Anyhow, so on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, they were dedicated to providing each other with breakthrough days. If you've been kind of following along, you already know what a breakthrough day is. I'll share a little bit more about it here in a minute, but so hang with me if you're not sure what that means. But Saturday, I got to offer a breakthrough day. I got to facilitate a breakthrough day for my partner. And it's literally an entire day. It's an entire day that you're spending one-on-one working with the client. So that's what I got to do on Saturday. And that experience was energizing and enlightening and just beautiful. It was just freaking beautiful. I'm not going to go too much into detail here just because I don't want this to go too long, but it just was amazing. And then on Sunday, I was blessed to receive a breakthrough day. I was gifted a breakthrough day as a part of this whole experience, this training experience. And wild. That is just the word that keeps coming to my mind. It was so wild. And the reason I discovered why it felt so wild to me was because of how easy it was. It gets to be easy. Change can be easy. Growth can be easy. Not necessarily always fun. I don't even know how to explain it. So let me tell you a little bit about how Breakthrough Day works. Just for like it's going to be a super quick, superficial, tip of the iceberg version of what a Breakthrough Day is. Essentially, we start off, okay, so you pick kind of one area of your life that you want to work on. I chose relationships. I wanted to kind of just be able to, there's a whole reason. There's lots of reasons behind it, but the area of life I sort of chose to work on was relationships. And you could work on health or business or personal growth. There's there's like a wheel that shows the different areas of your life. In fact, I could even show you. And so you get to choose one of those areas. So there's health, relationships, family, career, personal growth and development, spirituality, all of these areas that you can work on. So you choose that area and then you dig deep. And the thing is, yeah, you could try to do this by yourself, but the questions, man, I talked for because seriously, when I started, I was like, how is this going to take 8 hours? Like, there's no way. I'm going to be done with this in like 2 hours because it's just not going to take that long. I cannot imagine something like this taking all day, but it totally did because I spent probably 2 hours just talking because of all the questions that she was asking me. It would just bring up all of this stuff. My subconscious was just like flowing. She got me into this flow state and everything was just flowing. And that alone, just talking through things from my childhood, things from right now, it started to bring up connections and it started to help me realize things and become aware of things. And then once all that came up, she's taking notes and everything, and oh man, the notes. Then she's able to dive in and show me little things that we can work on. And so we did the work. The change work is what we call it. And that's where we get right into the subconscious mind and we make shifts. We make subconscious shifts. We release limiting beliefs. We release negative emotions. We install empowering new positive beliefs and identities. Freaking identities. Like, that's powerful. That's huge. So you do all of this change work. And that part, once we got to the end of like the bulk of the change work, we got to the end and she started going through all of these other things. Like, okay, well, so before you had mentioned these things, these limiting beliefs, these negative emotions, are they still a problem? And I was just like, no. Like, we don't even need to address those now because of these other big things that we did over here. I don't even need to address those things because making these core changes released a whole mess of things that are just not even an issue anymore. And that is what blew my mind. Because of all of this stuff that we did before, we were able to, we did this much stuff before of talking and her taking notes. She was asking all the right questions, brought up all the right stuff, made all the right connections, and then we did this much work. And then it was easy. And then she got to like install all this powerful stuff in my subconscious mind for me. There's this thing that we do called the superhero, the superhero pattern, superhero technique. Anyways, basically it installs this beautiful, beautiful identity into your very subconscious, into your very being. I've actually been able to receive it twice over the last week, and I'm blown away by the me that I am now. And again, I just want to reinforce the thing that blew me away the most about all of this, because again, it was hours that we were spending doing this, and yet it felt like 2 hours, maybe tops. It did not feel like it took all day. It wasn't something that felt like, oh, this is just dragging on, this is exhausting. No, I totally thought it was going to be exhausting. Not at all, not even a little bit. It felt like time stopped. And in that, I was able to just be there in the moment. I was able to, create those changes. I was in a space where I was able to allow those changes to just happen. They just happened. I didn't have to extend any more energy. I didn't have to put forth any additional effort. They just happened. And we got towards the end, like once all those things were released and gone, I kept like saying over and over again, like, I can't even comprehend what is happening right now. Like, I always thought that it had to take so much work and time and effort, like all of this. I thought I had to extend so much energy to get to a space like this. And it was one of the easiest things I've ever done. And it has already changed my life. Just today, the changes that I have been living from today are mind-blowing. I can't even describe them to you because that would take 5 hours. But I am more me than I've ever been before. I have absolutely embodied my next level self. That version of me that I have known has always existed, but I didn't know how to tap into. Yes, Rachel, exactly. Because you know what it's like when it just becomes easy. You're just able to, those shifts can just happen in a moment. And how would you describe it, Rachel? Like, just like enlightening and illuminating and energizing and fun. So much fun. So yeah, that was my experience. And then today I graduated. I'm a master. I am literally a master right now. And then, so if you saw my Instagram story earlier, I gave a little teaser, something that I wanted to share. I'll share a screenshot in my stories when I'm done here, but I'm trying to remember when I started this, but probably it was back when we were still in Idaho. Let's see, Rachel, you said surprisingly effortless and extremely freeing. Yes, exactly. Man, for those who don't know, Rachel was my very first client who went through my 12-week one-on-one program, which I do have spots open for right now. I actually have 3 spots open for that right now. There's a chance I might actually whittle that down. I might take even less than 5 clients at a time. We'll see. So if you want a spot, let me know ASAP. Anyhow, so probably about 1.5 years ago, maybe even 2 years ago, I set a reminder on my phone. So I do this every once in a while. I'll put like affirmations as a reminder on my phone, or like a little visualization prompt as a reminder on my phone to pop up regularly to help keep me kind of in a state that I want to be in. And 1.5 years or 2 years ago, somewhere in that time frame, I set a reminder. I don't even remember what prompted me to do this, but I set a reminder to go off 3 times a day, I believe, on my phone that says, what is Master Coach Megan doing right now? I feel like I put that as a reminder before I even really knew that I wanted to become a life coach. That was back when I was still doing health coaching. I have no idea what prompted me to do that, but it's one of those things that it comes up like 3 times a day. That's a lot of times that it's gone off in the last couple of years. And so it just kind of starts to become autopilot, right? I see it come up and I just mark it as completed and move on with my day. And then one of the days last week, so this was 14 days of intensive training, right? And one of the days last week, it came up on my watch, and I looked at it and I went to mark it as complete and like stopped for a second, like it finally like registered, like, wait, what does that say? What is Master Coach Megan doing right now? She is in her training becoming a Master Coach. And now it went off again this afternoon after I graduated. And now I can delete it. I get to go delete that reminder because I manifested it. It came true. It freaking came true. Even though it was on autopilot for so long, I was still moving in this direction. Every decision I made was moving me in this direction. And that is so wild to me. Past Megan telling the future completely. It's so crazy to my brain. And it's not even something that I'm going to try to logic away in any way, shape, or form. It's just, if you want something to happen, you can make it happen. Every single choice that you make is either moving you closer to what you want or further away from what you want. You're never standing still, ever. And I'm actually going to be speaking more on that on my podcast that's coming out on Wednesday. So this week's episode will be more on that vein of thought. So let me know if you need a link to subscribe to that. And yeah, I'm just so excited about this. So that being said, I am officially, as of today, offering breakthrough days. That is a service that I am offering. I was talking about it earlier the last couple of weeks, but now that I'm done with my training, I am available. I am ready. I'm ready for you to have your breakthrough day. I'm ready to facilitate that for you. And it is a series of VIP experience. You'll be getting a box of items in the mail with everything that you need to facilitate the most powerful change possible. This is an ever-changing thing, so there might be other things that come up as time goes on. It's a collaborative thing. It's not going to be the same for every client that I have. Not even close. It's going to be way different for every client that I have. So if you want your breakthrough day, whenever you're ready for it, you reach out to me. We'll schedule a time. We will figure out what you need to make this the most VIP experience you could possibly imagine. And then you're going to become your next level self. And I'm just so excited for you. I can't even explain it. So reach out, let me know, and thank you so much for following along over the last couple of weeks. This has been such a journey, and so grateful for you. So grateful for you. And I'm going to go on a walk with my family now and just enjoy being in this new state of who I am now. So have a great Monday, and I'll talk to you